Bard Rock Cafe is brought to you by SassyGamers.com and viewers like you. Links to Sassy Gamers, our Patreon, and our social media accounts can be found in the show notes.
Previously on Bard Rock Cafe, with the party together for their first job, they went to the General's general store to deal with the rat problem. Our heroes trudged through sewers until they found the rats were actually being controlled by Amanda and Sigmund, a couple who were down their luck because of the general store. The party didn't have the heart to turn them in, and instead helped them start a new life working for Brock's parents. They were collecting their reward when Epi suddenly disappeared. The question was again, where in Faerun did their friend Epi go? Find out today on Bard Rock Cafe.
Hi, welcome to the Bard Rock Cafe D&D podcast. I am Kenny, your DM for the evening, and this is episode 4. Thank you so much for listening. I'd like to give a quick shout out to our paid sponsor, Sassy Gamers. Thank you so much for sponsoring us. And without further ado, here are our players.
Hello, I'm Paul, and I play Brock Song, the Kalishtar noble who gave up his charmed life to pursue his dream of being a bard and opened the Bard Rock Cafe.
Hi, I'm Khadija Ali. I play Rook, a teenage half-elf from Waterdeep Stocks District with sticky fingers.
Hi, I'm Steph, and I play Epi, a goat-eyed tiefling wizard. But don't tell anybody, because he's posing as an acolyte of the Raven Queen.
And I'm Tyler, playing as Roland Armbar. Wild Magic Barbarian is the hired muscle for the Bard Rock Cafe.
Okay, Epi. So, you realize that this guy, he is doing something shady, doesn't want to be seen, but you think he's on the up and up, and then poof, immediately you find yourself staring at a wall full of trumpets.
I duck.
I mean, you see just trumpets lining the wall.
Oh, okay, so they're not being immediately played.
No, just...
That would be horrible.
Yeah.
Just appeared in front of a marching band.
Yeah. Epi ducks instinctively on sight at a trumpet.
Yeah.
Canonically, Epi's greatest fear is marching bands.
We have made a character choice.
So,
Okay.
you duck, nothing happens.
Alright, I look back up.
It's fairly quiet, actually. Look around. Behind you, you see a tuba, some flutes. The next aisle over, you see violins and lyres and lutes. You seem to have found yourself in an instrument shop.
Well, that's not what I was expecting.
Hello? Can I help you?
Yes, I just wandered in from outside.
How did you get in without the bell ringing?
Tiefling. I just point at my hooves.
That's not... Okay.
Don't worry. It happens all the time.
Right, can I help you find something?
Sure. I heard rumors that there was a flute with an enchantment on it, one that could, make pets dance and sing. Have you ever heard of such a thing?
Are you putting me on?
Unfortunately, no. This is the first flute shop I could find.
You came to a flute shop to find an instrument to play for your pets.
No, one that's specifically enchanted to make them dance.
Listen, that's something you'll probably find in the castle ward at some of the enchanters' shops. This is just an instrument shop. Do you need a drum? You seem to march to your own beat anyway.
That is some classic marching band humor. No, I think I'm good. Thank you for your help.
Do you need anything at all? Any instruments?
Unless you have one that can play itself, I think I'm good. Do you have one that can play itself?
I don't appreciate your sense of humor. I don't appreciate you wasting my time and impugning the reputation of my carefully curated inventory. Get out. Goodbye.
And I'm going to make a point of opening the door in such a way that I ding the bell, nod at her, and walk outside. Where am I?
It looks like you're still in the trades ward somewhere, but you don't know where.
And off in the distance, you can actually hear Brock singing, "Where in Faerun did our friend Epi go?"
You do actually hear that. You are fairly close.
Oh, spectacular. I am going to follow the sultry sound of our bard.
Okay. You round a couple corners and there he is.
Epi!
Rook! Big fella. So, I found a music shop. It wasn't intentional. I don't think she likes my humor.
But did they have an instrument that plays itself?
They don't.
Someday.
They have way too many trumpets, though. He shudders a little.
I thought you'd be right at home with a wall full of horns.
Ha ha! I've never heard that one before.
She had heard that one before. Many, many times. Sorry. So, where do you guys go now? You have collected your payments. You all have a membership card for the General's General Goods Store, good for 10% off. Any goods that they stock are at 10% below the price listed in the player's handbook for you.
So I think that the next order of business should be to go back to where Roland and I are staying in the castle ward and take very, very thorough baths. And then at this point, it's probably late in the evening, so we should probably circle back with Felix, deliver our gold to Felix, and then we should decide what quest we want to do next.
How much gold did we get?
You don't know yet. You haven't counted it.
I was busy finding Epi first. I opened the pouch. I look how much gold we got.
You get 1,500 silver, which counts to about 150 gold.
Well, that's not too bad.
All right, we got a hunt. We got. Yep. I slowly count it because I'm a bard and I'm not so good at the math, and there's a lot of silver there.
Take your time.
Sorry, my degree is in music.
I can tell.
All right, it looks like we have about 1,500 silver here.
He's got more, you know. I saw where he keeps his money. Maybe if we play our cards right, we don't have to do any jobs for him at all to get the money. If you know what I mean.
I think I do.
You know, it did occur to me, it sounds like the general wasn't a very good guy.
Nope.
It doesn't sound like he generally treats his employees very well.
Nope.
And he doesn't seem like a very light sleeper.
So, hang on.
That's a good point, too.
Now, I'm just going to very quickly...
Just real quick, time out. Epi. You disappear.
God dang it! Here I go again.
Okay. You all see Epi just vanish. You don't see Epi, you don't hear Epi. Epi, you're standing in the same spot you were, you still see your friends right there.
What? Oh no. I'm just gonna sit there and I'm gonna be like, so this is how my butler feels.
Do we hear Epi?
Nope.
All right, Epi watches as I start waving my hands around where they are, trying to find them. And I actually, like, if you can imagine, like, someone swinging their hands back and forth in an arch, trying to, like, figure out something, like, in the space they were occupying. Like, where the hell did she go?
You bop Epi on the side of the head.
Oh, I'm so sorry?
I'm just going to put a hand on his shoulder, and I'm just gonna look him in the eye and say, can you hear me?
I have a vacant expression on my face.
Yeah, you guys don't hear anything.
I believe Epi is here, because I physically bopped something. Either that or it's a ghost.
I'm going to grab him by his ear and tug, and that sort of like tug on someone's ear when they're in trouble kind of thing.
Ow! It's either Epi or an angry ghost.
Okay, so about a minute passes and Epi reappears.
That was weird.
I have a slight feeling that the magic's gone screwy again.
So, this is new.
Yes.
I was breathing bubbles earlier, and then you disappeared twice. This all started today for everybody? Has anyone else experienced things like this?
Not me, but maybe it has something to do with the obelisk.
The Abba what?
Epi looks very intently at young Rook.
Oh.
Oh yes, do tell. I'd love to know more about the obelisk.
I forgot you guys didn't see it. That's what crashed into the cafe, Brock.
An obelisk, it's like a big rock, basically. Not to be confused with the Bard rock.
Don't worry. So an obelisk It's like a rock, but it's long, it's pointy, and it looks like a tower with no windows in it. Sometimes.
Rook nods. Yeah, it was like that.
What do you suppose what kind of influence this would have with this mistake?
So I think, now they do know I'm the owner there. We might be able to get in and take a closer look if I say to them I just need some things from the premises if they survive the fire. They might let me lay in for a few minutes if we want to take a closer look.
That would be wonderful. Let's do that right now. And I'm gonna grab him by the hand and start kind of walking that way.
Alright, so you guys make your way towards the castle district. Where are you guys headed?
I think we're going to, as you might recall, Epi was just dragging me, so I think we're going to forego those baths for a moment, and we're going to go and see if I can get some things from the Bard Rock.
Okay, well the Bard Rock is just south of the castle district, so you guys make your way there out without any trouble. You do see all the guards standing outside. Seems like it's the same ship from the last time.
Epi just lets go of the arm, kind of, shepherds you forward a little bit.
Hello, we spoke earlier. I'm Brock Song, the proprietor of the Bard Rock Cafe. I know that you weren't letting folks in, but actually, I only have the one change of clothes, and I didn't get to any of my personal belongings. Can we get in for just a few minutes to gather some of my personal effects? I brought some friends to make it quicker.
Hey, so, yeah, I totally remember you from earlier. Here's the thing. Everything that was inside has been either gathered up and put into storage at the nearest guard post for evidence and study, or it's been completely ruined beyond all repair, and it's just been out there.
No, so I don't even have a change of clothes left in there?
You don't have anything left in there. It's just ruined.
You didn't have to rub it in. This has been a hard week for me.
You have nothing. Nothing.
Can I roll insight to get the impression that this guard would ever let us in?
Sure, go ahead.
I rolled 15 plus 0.
You get the sense that he's not very bright and he's just following orders.
All right, is there I really appreciate if I could just, even if just a few minutes to look around. I want to see how bad it is for the repairs. Can I do that? Maybe do I have to speak like your supervisor and maybe they can let me in? It's been a really hard week and I want to know how hard it's going to be to get my place back in business.
Oh, sure. I understand you're having a really hard week, and I'm so sorry about that. So here's the thing. I've been told not to let anyone in, because last time we had a guard impersonating individual named Kevin. He came in, and all sorts of crazy stuff happened. Our magister started spewing sand out of his robes. No idea why. He said it was magic. I've never seen magic like that, and I've been on the force for 3 years. Anyway, so he had to leave. And until he gets back, I don't know if he's still spewing sand or not, but it gets everywhere. It's very coarse and unpleasant. So, until then, I'm not supposed to let anyone in here. All of us have the same orders. I'm very sorry. If you want to take it up with the guard captain, he can be found at the guard captain quarters in the docks district tower. It's right on the border with the castle ward. And he kind of pulls out a map and shows you on the map where it is. So feel free to head up there, but I can't let you in.
Right. No, I completely understand. You're just doing your job. I'm of the Waterdeep song family, so I'm sure you're aware my family has the deepest respect for the guards. I will go speak to the captain and see if I can get a direct order. Just let me in. It'd be helpful if I could let the people that will be doing the repairs know the extent they'll need to be working. So I'll go take that up with him.
Oh, sure. I'm happy to help. Best of luck to you.
All right, so I will, without Epi shepherding me there, make my way there.
Epi follows, slightly dejected and not being able to go in just yet, but hopeful that, maybe soon.
So you guys make your way up to the guard captain's outpost. There is it's just a guard post, right? It's a 2-room place. The back room has the cells in it. The front room has like the bunks for the guards and like the equipment storage and stuff like that. And you just see a guy sitting at a desk, seemingly shuffling through paperwork and signing off on stuff.
Now, Do I see anything that says, like, maybe he's the captain, or if he's, like, the desk worker? Do I see, like, any sort of, like, regalia that would indicate he's of a higher rank? Or is he just the clerk at the desk?
He does seem to be the captain. You do see a captain's badge.
Alright. So I walk up to him and say, hello, sir. I'm sorry to disturb you. I'm Brock Song, the owner of the Bard Rock Cafe. And I went over there. I was trying to survey the damage because I'm trying to get repairs planned. And the guard said I need to speak to you about getting access to my place of business for just 10-15 minutes so I can look around.
Ah, nasty business that. My sympathies to you.
Thank you.
My understanding is that the Guild of Magisters has asked not to have anyone come in or out until the meteor impact has been fully studied. I believe they were going to be done by the end of the day, but we had some complications. I think the new deadline is the end of tomorrow, at which point I believe we're going to try to move some things out of there, particularly out of the basement where the meteor struck. And after that, you're free to go in and out, begin repairs, anything like that. So give us another day, 2 at the most, and then check back.
Alright. One other thing then, the guard mentioned that, and I was also hoping to recover some personal belongings when I was there. The guards that were there mentioned that all of my belongings that did survive the fire would be entered in evidence. Is there a way I could have access to that? I only have the one change of clothes at the moment.
Ah, I see. He kind of motions for you to come back. He's like, follow me. And he opens up in the back room, there's...
And does he only letting me, or can everyone kind of tag along?
Everyone can tag along. There's
Alright.
nothing to hide. He does take you back. There is kind of a wall of chests stacked on top of each other. There is one that's labeled Bard Rock Cafe, and he kind of wiggles it out from the slot that it was inserted. And he opens it up, and I mean, everything's dirty and kind of fire damaged, but the stuff that's in there seems salvageable. He says, now, this is all the personal effects that we were able to recover. Some of the bulkier stuff, like the alcoholic beverages that were in the basement, were largely unharmed. Those have been moved to a warehouse. Those will be returned once we are out.
All right, thank you. And I look through it. I'm specifically looking. I'm planning on taking like the whole thing anyway, probably because I do need a change of clothes. But I'm looking through it just to like get an idea of what it is, and if there's anything like from the basement where maybe that would be helpful to somebody who's able to examine it for magic stuff to get a better idea what's going on with that obelisk.
It looks like it's just some personal effects. Looks like some mugs from the bar. You do have what clothes are still usable are in there. They smell very smoky, and some of them have some burn marks on them. For the most part, you still just have all your regular stuff.
All right, I thank the guard for his time, and we head out. And once we're a safe distance away, that would probably be where we can have a discussion about what we want to do next.
Yeah, and he lets you leave. He wishes you the best of luck with your repairs, apologizes again for the inconvenience, sends you on your way.
All right, thank you kindly. And once we get a fair distance away, I say, sorry, I tried. I don't think they're going to let us in there.
Well, at least you gave it a good shot. I appreciate you.
Well, Rook says, I mean, we could still try to get in. Maybe when it's darker. We have tonight.
I think about it for a minute and I go, I hear what you're saying. My one concern is, if anything were to go south with this, I don't think that we would be... The code legal's pretty tight. I don't know if we want to risk getting in trouble with the guards for a direct look at that obelisk.
Rook shrugs.
Well, on the bright side, the magistrate isn't there right now, so they may not be able to tell if you had any sort of magical assistance in getting into the Bard Rock.
I would just hate for somebody to see what we do, and then the Bard Rock Cafe's reputation goes right down the tubes.
The strong man has a good point. If we did anything, we'd have to be very, very sneaky about it.
Or maybe we don't have to be sneaky about it. Maybe someone being incredibly not sneaky would be the perfect distraction?
Indeed.
I look at my flute and I think to myself, guys, I think I know what we can do.
What's the plan?
Alright, so I actually do need cash right now, so the area across the street is not sanctioned off, so maybe if I put together a little impromptu concert, collect a couple of coin from the street, maybe enough of the guards will be distracted that those of us whom are more inclined to be sneaky might be able to get in and get a closer look.
If I go on my own, I won't understand anything. So who would come inside with me?
I volunteer. No particular reason.
I think I could manage it.
And then we can have, Roland, you could be the lookout, and you can signal me if anyone's close to seeing them.
Aye, aye, boss. Anything you say.
Alright, so the plan, as I understand it, for our DM's convenience, is we wait until it gets a little bit darker, and then I will go make a display of myself playing music on the street corner adjacent nearby, hopefully distracting the guards sufficiently to give our wizard and our rogue the ability to sneak into the basement unnoticed. And Tyler will keep an eye out on them to make sure that they don't get caught, and help me make it better good distraction if they will.
Oh, I'm so excited for this.
Okay, so how long do you guys wait? What? It's already in the evening, like 6:30.
All right. My question is, how late would it have to be where there's still people out on the streets that would be actually reasonably attending my street performance? Because if we wait too late, then there won't be anyone there, and I'll just look ridiculous.
So you do know that you live on kind of a performance road. So Lyra's Alley has the Bard Rock Cafe. It also has the Three Towers, which is a performance hall that is also a bar, and people go there to listen to bards. And once a week there's like kind of a karaoke thing where anybody can come up and sing, but most nights they have somebody paid to play for the night. And it's just kind of a nightclub kind of thing. So as it gets later, there is a nightlife that is centered on your street.
Alright, so I think the ideal distraction, if I want to get the attention of the guards, would be to do it right before it gets busiest on the street, so that the guards will have their attention drawn to it. I want to do it before any of the other performers that might perform in the street start, though.
Okay, so you think 7 to 8 is a little too early for the nightlife to be started, but people will start being out and about at that point.
That sounds perfect to me, unless people want to try waiting later.
I think it's a good idea.
On me.
I'm good with it.
Okay, so you guys make your way back to the Bard Rock Cafe?
Yeah, I think there's probably enough time we also properly bathe first. Because it sounds like we had at least an hour.
Sure. You're pushing it a little bit, but I'll allow it. You guys go and get a proper shower and come back, and you feel better about yourselves. And you make your way back to the Bard Rock Cafe.
Alright, so I will let everyone get in position, and I just kind of like stake out my corner, and once they're in position, I have a number ready. I'm prepared to play.
Okay. Go ahead and roll performance for me.
Should I do that after I perform?
Sure. Go ahead.
Alright, so I have the three instruments. What I start doing is I start playing a bum 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 bum, and then I use prestidigitation to shoot out a sour sparks, and then my flute will go bum bum, and I start playing the song Flash by Queen. And I rolled 9 plus 7, that is 16.
Okay. You've certainly got people's attention. Because of the flashiness, if not because you played flawlessly. You're still playing pretty good. But you know, this is outside of the Bard Rock and Three Towers where performers come fairly regularly. But people are taking notice.
Yep. And I do have my violin case on the ground in front of me, by the way.
Okay, so you're taking tips, right?
Yep.
Okay. How long do you play?
I am going to play... basically, I have a set of songs I'll be cycling through for the next at least 15 minutes to half an hour, watching for a signal. I can keep going, but I'm watching for some sort of signal from Roland that it's okay to stop. And then I'll play my final number when I see that signal.
Okay. So
What signal am I looking for?
You're supposed to be keeping an eye out on our two infiltrators. If you see they're in danger, you signal me. If you see that they're done with the job, you signal me. No, I'm just going to keep playing. I'm the distraction. So I'm just being as flashy and over the top as possible to keep everyone's eyes on me.
Okay.
And you're going to send me 1 of 2 signals. Either they're in danger, be more distracting, or they're all good, do your finale.
Okay.
You do seem to have the attention of the guards, most of them. The guard that you spoke to earlier, while he has taken notice of you, does not seem to be too distracted by you. One of the guards is actually leaving his post to come over and give you a tip. He gets kind of the stink eye from the other guards, but nothing's really happening right now. Rook and Epi, you do see a small opening, very briefly, to that same hole in the back of the cafe.
Alright. I signal to Epi to follow me, and we're gonna try and stealth it in there.
I'm gonna pull a Misty Step.
Okay, so you
I'm sure this will end well.
Misty step inside of the Bard Rock Cafe.
Yeah, and would I be able to do a few things while we were on the way there?
Tell me what you're doing.
Can I ritual cast the detect magic? And would I also be able to pull and alter self again?
Hang on 1 second.
Presumably there was some time for me to actually get ready for my set. She would have the lead in for it.
Yeah.
So, Alter Self and Detect Magic are both concentration. You can only have one going at a time.
Ah, gotcha. They both have the little C marker by them. Okay, then I would like to, I'd like to stick with Alter Self instead of Detect Magic. Before this all goes down, Epi just sort of, looks at Rook and then just says, "Don't tell anyone I can do this." And just sort of holds a finger up to his lips, and you watch as the horns pull back in, and just, it's like this, 5'7" tiefling man pulls into just this waif of a human girl who comes up to Rook's shoulder at most, and just, the scraggly dirt blonde hair and everything.
Rook nods. She's impressed.
Well, that takes some doing.
So Rook, go ahead. You roll stealth, unless you have some trick
Alrighty.
to get in.
Do they get advantage because of my distraction?
Go ahead and roll it normal.
I got 20 total.
The one guard that's paying attention rolled really well, but not that well.
Nice. That's a rogue for you.
Yep.
Thank God.
So you sneak in. Epi, you Misty step in. And you see a small green wisp appear in front of you, condense into an acorn, and drop to the ground.
That is fascinating. I am going to pocket that acorn.
Okay. You guys are in the Bard Rock Cafe, and no one seems to have noticed you.
I message Rook.
So, where do we go from here? I don't think I can climb down the hole.
Like, even his voice has changed.
You couldn't have turned into somebody more agile? Rook rolls her eyes. Follow me.
I follow Rook and kind of shrug.
If I remember correctly, I acrobatics to my way down, but I think you told me there was a way I could have climbed down. Am I correct?
So you've done this a couple of times now. You've climbed up the shelves, which previously had all the booze on them. Now the shelves are empty, which give you some stuff to grab onto. It's still like an acrobatic thing, but one, you think it's going to be a little easier, and two, you've done it before.
So, yeah, I think it's probably the safest. Is it the safest looking option for this tiny girl? Will she be able to reach the shelves and everything?
So let me say this. Alter Self, you can change your appearance at any time for the duration of the spell. So if you want to give yourself some things to help out, like claws or like longer legs, you could do that.
That's a sweet spell.
I love this spell.
Rook did not know that. Rook is really impressed, and Rook is just going to lead little Epi down the shelves.
Excellent. And you watch as Epi kind of reaches for one of them, just kind of deep sighs, and then you see just the girl seems to age up just a bit until she's tall enough to be able to climb down the thing.
Okay.
Maybe claws a little.
Both of you roll me acrobatics at advantage.
Alrighty.
Okay.
$24.
Yeah, you make it.
Dirty 20.
You make it. You are both in the basement. You see the obelisk still head down 3 feet into the ground, still with the glowing golden sigils all along the side.
Epi immediately takes out his notebook and starts sketching whatever definitely was not sketched the last time.
Okay. Rook, what are you doing?
Rook has taken a look at this thing before and feels like there's nothing new she can gain from it, so she is going to kind of stand guard and look out, see if anyone comes in.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception then.
10.
Okay. You keep a lookout. Nobody seems to be coming down here just yet. Epi, you're able to copy all the runes and sigils that you're able to see. You copy completely into your book, very accurately. Yeah.
Okay, with a slightly longer time to look at it, do I see like maybe what type of magic it is or anything? Do I notice anything?
Do you drop alter self to use detect magic?
No, I'm just looking at it with my eyeballs.
It's an obelisk made of obsidian with golden sigils that glow.
Dang.
You can roll an Arcana check if you want, as you're taking a long time to look at it.
Yeah, let's do an Arcana check. Alright, ketchup dice, don't fail me now. Ketchup dice, why? Okay, so I got a 9 plus 6. Solid 15.
So the 15, fairly certain this is magical, but you can't glean any information about it specifically. You do know that these sigils are a language, but you don't know what language you're looking at. You've never heard of anything like this obelisk before. You don't know what you're looking at. It's a mystery to you.
Fair enough. So I'm going to very quietly message Rook. I'm going to be like, I'm going to try something. Stand back a ways.
You don't have to tell Rook twice. She stands back.
Alright. I cast message while we were down there. That's a cantrip, right.
Yep.
I jot down in my book that I cast message okay. And then I pull out my little twig, mutter a few words, and the string spools up, and I cast Unseen Servant again.
Okay. Epi.
Mm-hmm.
Pick any character in the world. Anyone.
That's specific magistrate with the sand.
Okay.
I'm sure this will end well.
You have 25 words. What do you say to him? As you cast Sending, centered on him.
Let me think about this for just a hot second. So, would I be able to do it in Kevin's voice?
Sure.
In the voice of Kevin.
I knew you were going to do that.
In the voice of Kevin with a Y. I would like to say, are you enjoying your sandy beaches? I hope that you are. Sincerely, Kevin. With a Y.
Okay. That was 11 words, I think. You don't have to use all of them. If that's all you want to say, that can be it.
That's all I want to say.
Okay. So you feel the spell dissipate. You have cast Sending. You are positive it went through to the magistrate.
Spectacular.
And you have an unseen servant now.
I look over there. I look back to Rook with just the biggest grin on my face. Oh, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to tell you about that later.
Cool. Are you done, or?
I don't think I can capture anything else for now, and I have learned some valuable information. Do we climb back up the way we came, or?
Yeah.
While we're down there, can I do one last look around to see if there's anything down there of note?
It is empty down here.
Fair enough.
So both of you roll acrobatics at advantage again. Climb back up.
$15.
Okay. I'm not kidding. I rolled a natural 20 plus a 1 for a solid 21 to scoot my butt up there.
But you rolled a nat 20.
But I rolled a nat 20 right next to the obelisk. I'm sure this will be fine.
Yeah.
2d100?
Yep. Would you like to roll it, or take the ones I rolled?
If any of mine involve fireballs, then we'll take the one that you rolled. I actually don't know.
Go ahead and roll.
Okay. We've got a 15 and a 23.
I swear if you disappear again.
It's fine. It's fine.
How could it possibly happen again?
Okay.
The nat 20s are getting me, man.
Yeah. Alright. These are both bad. Choose which number you would like.
Oh no. 23 it is.
Okay. As you make your way out of the basement, you see that the guard has made his way back to his post.
I'm so sorry.
What is your save DC?
Oh no. It's a solid 14 because I still had mage armor up, if that was still up.
It's been like over an hour, though.
Yeah, it's still up. It's 8 hours, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Do me a favor.
Yeah?
Roll 8d6.
Oh no, is it fireball?
It is lightning bolt.
8d6. 29.
Rook, give me a d100 roll as well.
Just one?
Yeah, just one.
39.
39. Alright. Hang on, let me see what yours does.
Yeah. I'm wondering if Roland can see any of this from his vantage point.
Okay.
I still don't even know what those 8d6 are. Sorry.
Yikes. Alright. Khadijah. Until further notice, you have complete amnesia starting immediately.
Oh!
Rook is in a daze. What?
As for the guard, he does duck out of the way of the lightning bolt.
Oh, thank God.
It shoots and fries some of his hair. He shouts in alarm. He has not seen inside just yet. What do you do?
Well, a guard right outside that I heard scream, so Rook is confused and screams also.
I would like, if at all possible, to use. Can I do a reaction with thaumaturgy?
No.
Dang. Can I reaction cover her mouth?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Khadijah, do you let her cover your mouth?
No. Rook is very paranoid right now. Rook hisses at Epi's hand and tries to scramble away as far as she can get.
Okay. Roll me a dex save.
Dex save. Oh my god. Where is it? Here we go. 20.
Okay, so you catch yourself
Natural
right
or
before
dirty?
Dirty.
Dirty.
You catch yourself
Rook
right
yelps
before
again.
falling back into
Oh
the
my
hole
god,
that
holy
you forgot was
shit! This place is broken!
I'm going to yell out, "Sister, calm down! I don't know how we got here either!"
Rook is just stunned.
There was a lightning bolt! We were at home and now we're here!
Alright, so Armbar and Brock, you guys definitely saw the lightning bolt come out from inside of the Bard Rock Cafe. Everybody saw it. It was very loud and very striking.
Everybody
Alright,
saw
so-
everybody sees it coming out.
Oh yeah.
But wasn't everyone facing me for the most part?
Yeah, until a bolt of lightning streaked out of the cafe.
Yeah, but lightning strikes pretty fast.
So I actually, like, when I see the lightning bolt coming, I actually strike a pose as if it's part of my pyrotechnics show.
Good call.
Roll performance.
I believe in you.
I rolled. Yeah, you really shouldn't. I rolled a 4 plus 7 is 11.
Damn it.
Okay.
That +7 helps a lot, though.
Yes, it does. At least it wasn't a 20.
You convinced some people. The guards are definitely going towards the hole at the back.
All right, can I take a risk here and cast Enthrall? Can I do that or miss my window to do it?
Let me check the spell. Within 60 feet? Sure. You can get every guard except the one in the back.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I switch to playing my fiddle, and I start singing a beautiful set of lyrics to cast Enthrall to try and get as many people as possible not to go investigate what clearly is just stuff going south.
What is your save DC?
All right, my save DC is 13.
All three fail. Now I'm going to see if you need... Actually, no. Y'all are around the obelisk. You don't need to roll. Just roll me a D100.
Wait, do I roll the D100?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let me make sure I have the right dice this time. I rolled a 78. Come on, something distracting.
Okay. You cast Dispel Magic.
Shit!
On what?
Oh no!
Epi.
Oh no! Crap!
Epi. I will let you roll it. Evens, Unseen Servant, odds, Alter Self. Roll me whatever you want.
Okay.
Come on, Unseen Serpent.
Shiny blue dice, please. Evens! 18.
Okay. Your Unseen Servant piffs away. He's not there anymore.
I breathe a heavy sigh of relief.
You don't know what's happening.
No, I think she meant she does.
Yes. I personally do.
The three guards are now enthralled by you. They are focused entirely on you. They seem to have forgotten what they were doing. The one guard in the back is still coming into the Bard Rock Cafe. He sees the two of you standing there. He pulls out his sword. He's like, "What's going on here?"
Sir, we teleported. We were at home, my sister and I, and then we wound up here. I don't know what happened.
I'm gonna be a little weepy.
While they're doing that, distracting the guard, Armbar is gonna sneak up behind the guard and try to get him in a chokehold and knock him out.
All right. Roll me a stealth check.
Armbar's strong suit by
19.
far.
Awesome. You are stealthy.
Fun fact, every time I've ever said that to Tyler in D&D, he's had a good roll. I kid you not.
Keep saying it.
That's awesome.
Keep saying it.
Roland. Technically, you had a round at the start of all this. That was your action stealth and movement. So you are able to make your way behind this guy. He does not see you. Go ahead and roll, I will say just roll athletics.
16.
Now I gotta look up this guy's athletics score.
Freaking pull some Hagar shit.
Alright. So
I believe in you.
you just beat his 15.
Oh, wow.
So he
I
is,
breathe a sigh of relief.
he is now grappled. What is your strength score?
17.
Okay. You think it'll take about a round, maybe two, for him to go all the way unconscious? But you have him grappled. And in such a way that he can't really yell out either. I will give you that. Alright, so Rook, you're seeing all this happen.
Yeah,
And I have no idea what's going on.
What is your amnesiac response to this?
was horrified when the guard was coming up to her with a sword, and then a huge guy shows up behind him and grabs him, and Rook goes, "Holy shit! What the hell is this? Where the hell am I?" she shrieks.
Okay.
Rook is frozen in place, doesn't move.
Okay. Brock, go ahead, give me a performance check.
All right. That is a nat 20.
Oh boy.
for the best performance I've ever performed. Unfortunately,
Yes.
nat 20s have caveats.
So, despite her screaming at the top of her lungs, you have them very enthralled, and they are focused on you and not her. But you rolled a nat 20, so roll me 2d100s.
48 and 57. If I get a choice, I'm gonna pick 57 because 48 is really dangerously close to the bubbles, and I can't lose my verbal components. I don't remember what number I got the bubbles with before, but I don't want to risk it.
So, as your DM, I am giving you 47. You don't know what it does, but it's not the bubbles.
Okay.
But for right now, nothing happens.
All right.
I am giving you, because you rolled a nat 20, I am giving you the better option.
Okay.
Where a nat 1 gives you the worse option.
Okay. I appreciate that. Now, do I know that something happened even though I don't know what it is?
You don't feel any different. There is no external sign that something has happened.
Okay.
Alright. So next round, Epi and Rook, you're watching as Roland Armbar is wrestling this guy into submission. Armbar, go ahead and roll another athletics.
Oh boy, I got 8.
8 total.
8 total.
Okay. He wrestles free. That is his action to get out. What would you like to do? As you have about a split second before he starts shouting.
Are you guys grappling on the stairs?
No, they are out back, like right behind that hole in the back of the Bard Rock Cafe.
Alright, so right at the top of the stairs where the hole is. Or no, you don't mean the cellar entrance, you mean the hole.
Yeah, the hole in the back wall. Epi and Rook, you both see this. You can also take an action right now if you would like to.
Since Rook is frozen in place and I still look like a young girl, I'm going to run up and, holding my hands up, I'm like, look, please, you're my sister. Just follow me. We've got to get out of here. And I look her very sternly in the eyes and, I'm trying to convey how much we need to get out of here. And I hold my hand out to take hers, but I don't take her hand. I'm just holding it out there.
Rook doesn't see another choice, doesn't take her hand, but nods at her. But looks at her very suspiciously.
Okay.
That'll do. And if I've got her attention, I'm gonna start running.
Do you follow?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You both sprint out of the Bard Rock Cafe. Roland, what are you doing?
I guess I'm gonna have to do a takedown and do some kind of move to get him on the ground by also trying to, keep him from yelling while these guys are escaping.
Okay, so that's fairly complicated and very quick. Roll athletics at disadvantage.
10.
That's enough. So you get him back. He breaks free for just a second, but you grab him back into another hold. So you've got him. Same situation. He is now on his knees at this point.
Okay.
You have him grappled. You can drag him at half speed somewhere if you would like.
I'll attempt to. Is there any alleyway with no people around?
I mean, it's now getting to happy hour. There's gonna be a lot of people everywhere in very short amount of time.
Are we in the Bard Rock Cafe?
Mostly. You're half and half inside and out. So people haven't really noticed what's going on because you're at the back of the Bard Rock Cafe.
I'll try to wrestle him into the Bard Rock a little bit by some debris to get some cover.
Sure. So you take him inside the Bard Rock.
Yeah.
Okay. Rook, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Alright. Oh, my wisdom is the worst. Okay. Oh, a natural 20.
Oh no!
Alright, y'all. So first of all, you come to your senses. Your memories come flooding back like it just snaps back into place. Roll me 2d100.
53 and 74.
53 and 74. Okay.
I would laugh so hard if it was amnesia again.
Oh, man.
These are both good. Choose which one you would like.
Oh. Good. I'll take the 74.
Choose a creature you can see.
A creature I can see?
A creature you can see. Any creature. Person, whatever.
Oh, a snake.
No, I mean something. You don't see a snake right now.
Okay.
As you look
sorry,
around,
I'm
you
sorry.
see like, sorry, no, like you see Epi, you see the guards, you see Roland.
Okay, all right. I choose the guard.
Okay, all right. You learn that this guard is a member of the Church of Tyr. You learn that he belongs to the City Watch. You also learn that he belongs to the Xanathar's Guild.
Ooh.
You just gain that knowledge and know it to be fact.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna write that down. All right.
Okay, and that is your event. Y'all are rolling a whole lot of nat 20s. All at once. Isn't this wild? Alright.
And the most inconsequential rolls, by the way.
I know.
I'm guessing you're continuing to play, Brock?
Yep, I am have to continue singing or I will lose my enthrall over everybody. So I am just continuing to sing until I see a signal. And of course the lookout is preoccupied, so I'm just playing. Can I see any of this going on?
Nope.
At all?
Not
Okay.
a bit. You saw the lightning bolt, you know shit has gone wrong. Very, very wrong. But you see nothing.
How am I doing on tips?
Oh man. I will let you know. Right now you notice you have a lot of coins, but again they're tips, so there's a lot of silver and copper in there. There's a couple of gold coins though, so you're doing okay.
Alright.
Alright, so you're continuing to play. Roland, roll me, are you continuing to grapple this guy?
Is everybody kind of like out of there now? Like, is Epi and Rook?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're gone.
Okay, I'm gonna try to throw the guy down the hole in the basement.
Okay,
Excellent.
so roll athletics.
Come on. I got a 7.
Okay, so he manages to break free of your grapple, but you do manage to get him close enough to the hole. He does fall in. So he falls and takes 4 bludgeoning damage as he falls flat on his back. He is still conscious. What do you do?
I think there's only one thing that an armbar can do in this moment, and that's to jump down after him and elbow drop him.
Okay, roll me a d4 plus your strength modifier. Okay,
That's 7.
so that's 7. All right, roll me just a straight d20. All right, so he does get mostly out of the way, so he takes 4 points of damage. He looks really bruised and beat up, and he's prone, as are you at this point. You take 7 points of damage as you also fall down into the hole. You're both down there now. Epi and Rook, what are you doing?
Rook is rubbing her eyes, still a little stunned from the fact that she didn't know who she was a few moments ago.
Oh, real quick. Roland, she did that. Go ahead and roll me a d100. Sorry, I forgot. You're barbarian. You have different triggers.
21.
21?
Lay it on me.
So, have you seen the movie Flubber?
Yeah.
There is no sane outcome to follow up on that sentence.
So, you armbar drop this guy, and you club him really good, and then immediately bounce back up into the air. You take none of that 7 damage. None of it.
Okay.
You come back down to armbar him again. You bounce back up, come back down, to armbar him again. Then you
This
bounce
is the
back up.
ultimate finishing move.
Stop!
I mean,
He's already dead!
And I mean, you're bouncing a good 30 feet in the air every time, okay? And then you come back down the 3rd time, and that's it. But this guy is all the way unconscious.
Yeah.
Not dead, but
Oh yeah! I know I can do it! Just had to use my special ability! The triple bounce flipper special!
okay. So that happened. As of right now, for the sake of expediency, the other 3 guards are enthralled and not looking anywhere else. Epi and Rook, is there anything you two would like to do?
Okay. I'm going to look at Rook and be like, Sister, stay here. I'm going to go get some help, okay? I still think she doesn't have her memory back.
Sure.
Rook says, let's just go to Brock.
Oh, okay.
Thank God you remember what's going on. Why were you screaming? Okay, I'm gonna go make sure our big muscly friend isn't dead. So, you get Brock. I'm gonna get the big one. And we're all gonna be fine.
Sure. And that's when Rook makes her way towards Brock.
And I'm going to, if nobody's there, make my way towards that cellar door. See if it's unlocked.
No, it is locked.
I love how they locked a door to a building with like 10 different points of entrance that are just wide open.
Listen.
Like this one door they're gonna lock.
They have a very specific mode of operation here.
Fair enough.
The front door, for the record, the front door is also locked. The whole building has collapsed on itself, but the front door is locked. Just so you know. Anyway, go ahead.
Would I have time then to kind of crawl back into the Bard Rock just ever so briefly?
With all the movement you've done, I mean, you can get inside, like, at that entrance, but that's about it.
Okay.
Rook, did you want to do anything when you got over to Brock?
I want to tell Brock that Epi's still back there, as well as, oh my god, what's his name? I'm sorry, Tyler.
Oh,
Roland, there we go. Oh my god. So yeah, I want to let Brock know that Roland and Epi are still back at the cafe.
Alright, so you're just kind of signaling me to keep playing?
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, so I kind of like see your sign to keep playing, and so I'm actually going to try, and even though I have them enthralled, I'm going to try and be more distracting, like switch up the song lyrics to something even more fast-paced.
Okay, roll performance.
That is a nat 1.
Oh boy, oh boy.
You hate to see it.
Ooh.
You know the drill. 2d100.
79 and 77. The die literally stuck on a corner for a second.
Okay. So, Epi.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, you find one of your spell effects to be dispelled.
Oh no.
You are now Epi.
I look down. I look up. Shit.
Oh, that actually is not the worst thing that could have happened.
Well, you rolled two numbers very close to each other.
Yeah.
That was the worst option. Carry on.
Once again, I, the role player, breathe a sigh of relief.
Roland. You are in the basement. For the first time, you see the obelisk. It is a large obsidian structure with a square base and a pointed coming to a tip, but it's 3 feet implanted into the ground upside down. And you see glowing golden sigils all along it.
Okay.
What languages do you speak?
Common and Orc.
Oh yeah, no, you don't read that. You do not understand what the sigil says, but you see it.
Roland's probably like enthralled with it and goes up to touch it.
Have any of us touched it yet?
We have not.
I wanted to see what would happen.
Do it. Do it.
Oh my, this could be interesting. Or anticlimactic.
So as you are the first one to touch it, you for the next hour, you gain the benefits of the tongues spell, which means you speak every language.
Okay.
And
Damn, yes.
anyone who listens to you understands you, and you understand anything that they say. If you're talking to a room full of orcs and goblins and elves, the orcs think you're speaking orcish, the goblins think you're speaking goblin, the elves think you're speaking elvish.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep. So that mean I can now read the sigils?
You can read the sigils.
I want to read it.
All right.
It's always Tyler.
Good for him. Good for him.
And that's where we're going to end the episode.
Oh,
Okay, cool.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. I was 3 feet from it. I didn't think to touch it.
None of you touched it. I was
thought
like,
I was
all
gonna
right.
make something explode if I touched it.
Same. I
Well,
thought I was
that's
gonna
the
lose all my
stupid
magic.
barbarian. That's the one that touches it.
You know what? Good for him.
Honestly, I was thinking about it, and then he said it was like 3 feet in the ground. I'm like, this must be massive.
Amazing. Spectacular. Epi is going to have so many questions for you.
Thank you for listening to Bard Rock Cafe. You can find more episodes on sassygamers.com. Have you considered becoming a patron? You can get wild rewards like access to our patrons-only Discord, tarot readings from Rook, and access to exclusive one-shot campaigns set in the Bard Rock universe, led by our DM, Kenny. Visit patreon.com/bardrockcafe to find out more. Until next time, rock on!